Okay. Hey, everybody. This is Alec Dawson, Associate Game Director for Overwatch 2, with a look at some of the many great changes in Season 16. We'll kind of zoom through here. Perk system Freya, competitive open queue. Let's do it. Perk perfection. The introduction of perks added a new layer of gameplay. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. Certain perks are big hits, like Honest Strike, Double Nano, and Bastion's Lindholm explosives. These are impactful and transformative perks that enable meaningful change into gameplay. Making sure perks for every hero tick those boxes is a big priority for us. Okay, and we're confident changes in Season 16 and beyond are pointing us in the right direction. Nice. There's never a wrong choice with perks is our philosophy. You should never feel like picking a perk is a universally poor option. Maps, teams, enemy heroes, and so on can influence decision, but one perk shouldn't be the default to go to in every situation. How exactly do we make sure that we're hitting that goal? We look at the data. Pick rate gaps, the amount of influence perks have in the moment gameplay. If you feel like a hero has a less impactful perk set overall, we also want to offer up new options. There's constant iteration going behind the scenes and so on. Obviously, you guys know that we worked a lot on that, and they even used a couple of our ideas. I think, no idea. A good example for Season 16 is Sombre's updated perk kick. Sack Overflow, while impactful, doubled down on things that Sombre was already good at rather than bringing transformative gameplay. Yes! Woo! It'll be replaced, yes! With a new major perk, Viral Replication, which allows her virus to spread to nearby enemies and enable bolder team dives. Sure, maybe, sort of, kind of, maybe. If it's a weaker iteration of the virus, I think I'm okay with it. Let's put it this way. Like, she's already good at the solo target assassinations, so this kind of gives her a little bit more AoE threat. I'm okay with it. It's better than Hack Overflow. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay, perfect. I'm open to seeing this experimented with this a little bit more, okay? Yeah. Mercy's minor perk Angelic Recovery felt passive, so this is the overheal thing. So we want to add something more active that brings strategy to the mix. Angelic Resurrection, which gives 100 overhealth upon casting Resurrect. Players will have to judge if the risk of saving a teammate behind enemy lines is worth the reward of enhanced survivability. Okay. It's going to open up reses that otherwise wouldn't be available, may even change how you use Resurrect. It's weird. It's interesting. Yeah, I'm okay with it. I don't love res as a whole, but the philosophy is there. Okay. Juno will receive a new major perk that enables more aggressive playstyle. Locked on gives a lower cooldown for pulsar torpedoes for every enemy hit. Whoa. Oh. Dude, it's like Carnage from Junker Queen. The more people you hit, the lower the cooldown on torpedoes. Reboots perform better after a recent adjustment. It'll replace the less picked Hyper Boost as a minor perk. Oh, nice. That reboots is going to be really good. Okay, nice. Cool. While we try to not nerf perks too often, some options clearly need tuning. Sorry, Triple Blink Tracer fans. Ha! We think there's a good bar for the impact perks can have, but some may have gone a bit that line. We need to be dialed back. There we go. Nice. I don't think Reboots is Juno's best perk. I disagree. I think it's situationally her best perk. You're too pro-pilled. But you're not playing versus Malgas and Genjis every single time. Players have already responded well to perks that can bring back old components like Orisa's Protective Area. We can't give away all the changes here, but there's another classic will be reduced in a different, less overwhelming way as a major perk for a certain icy DPS hero. No, don't do it. No, please, no. The thing with the freeze as well is it's just not going to be as impactful as people think either. So I don't want to like overreact here because we'll see how they implement it. But dude, there's a freeze in 5v5 isn't as good. Like you can't. It's why the primary fire range was annoying, but better because you needed that range. You're not like on top of people freezing as much. So it's like the worst of both worlds. It's freaking annoying, and it may not be as impactful as people think. There's no way. There's no way, guys, right? I mean, you're on candid camera, you know. I'm being punked. Okay, well, it's not going to be the end of the world. But honestly, if I have like, Mei is already one of the most misunderstood, underrated, misplayed characters in Overwatch 2. With how people play her, they play her like the old 66 wall off and freeze the tank, which is like not that good, but it is really annoying. And dude, if they encourage that more, I'm going to lose my mind. Because it's still not good. That would be a major miss, but we're gonna assume the best, right, guys? I'm just hoping, please. Now, this is in a less overwhelming way, so that's encouraging, I guess. So we'll see. Okay, on the wins with Freya. Okay, though we don't balance her on quick play data, it gives us valuable information about new heroes. Freya was a bit lower on the win rate side. That checks out. And we're seeing a few light buffs before her debut. Makes sense. I mean, obviously, a character with that high of a skill floor is always probably going to underperform a little bit. But yeah, I mean, makes sense. She felt pretty punishing, which is not bad. It just didn't always feel like if I'm playing perfectly that she's going to be better than any other character at that level. So, despite her explosive damage, does struggle to secure kills to improve the liability for Kip. Her crossbow will now shoot 12 shots before max spread, so increased from its original 8. Bola shots damage over time is now increased as well as its max radius. So this is the ultimate. So the damage over time is now increased as well as its max radius, giving her ultimate more oomph. So yeah. You'll also want to see some quality of life changes, like the option to bind her quick dash to a double jump input. Nice. Overall, we want Freya to be in a comfortable place on launch, knowing players. Okay, sounds good. I think comfortable, what they always say is like the slightly on the side of strong, especially for characters that have higher skill floors, is important because you want people to be excited about playing the character. Like Life Weaver was really bad, so it's not a great comparison, but what a disaster to have all that development time into a character that literally nobody played like a couple days in at all. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. It's just better from a gameplay stat standpoint to have a slightly overtuned character, especially if they have a relatively skillful, accessible, high skill floor, right? Hottest topic has been 6v6. Clearly you're passionate about it. We will be continuing to run open queue in quick play and competitive through season 16. It was the third most popular mode in Overwatch 2 until it was usurped by totally normal watch April Fool's mode. 16v6 modes are holding their own, as are the standard 5v5 modes. On average, there's a 3-to-1 ratio of people choosing competitive 5 or competitive 66, especially, but the 6v6 population has remained steady. That's pretty good. I mean, you also have to keep in mind that the fact that 5v5 is considered the primary mode will always mean that it has a superior ratio until when Overwatch ever does the pivot over. So like I've said, I'm more of a 5v5 guy, but I think like that's a pretty good ratio for 6v6, and it's kind of held, which is good. We were curious about how the 2-tank limit would pan out, but most games have landed on the classic 2-tank. Nice. Tank players in 6v6 clearly enjoy having another tank buddy. Players are loving shorter queue times. There's also a heightened sense of chaos that some folks just can't get enough of. Queue times across the game have remained healthy. Nice. And give us a better sense of how 5v5 and 6v6 open queue can coexist in the long term. Okay, cool stuff.